As a druid, you want to celebrate your connection with the natural world.
Find out if the Circle of the Land Druid is the right subclass for you. What's going on, YouTube? I'm the Mind Flayer Slayer.
And I'm Dr. DM, and we are here as druids, and we're covering the first of 4 druid subclasses. This is the Circle of the Land, coming back from 2014, and you did a lot of help in 2014. Let's see if I got it. And now we're going to cover every single level and let you know if this class is good enough for you and your campaign. So let's get started at level 3.
Spells. Whenever you finish a long rest, you get to choose one type, either land, arid, polar, temperate, or tropical. You'll want to consult the table that corresponds to the chosen type.
For example, the arid land gets certain circle spells. Beginning at level 3, you get Blur, Burning Hands, Firebolt. Level 5, you get Fireball!
Let's go!
That's great, because it's not a druid's spell list, so Fireball is always a great one to have for druid, which is a little antithetical, right? You think of druids as being like land-based, but sometimes you gotta burn it all down
to bring it back.
And then level 7, Blight, and level 9, Wall of Stone.
For polar lands, you're going to have access at level 3 to Fog Cloud, Hold Person, and Ray of Frost. At 5th level, Sleet Storm. At 7th level, Ice Storm. And at 9th level, Cone of Cold.
You know, these are all very flavorful. I'm feeling the class right there. I'm feeling the frigidness or the warmth.
Yeah.
That's good. And Cone of Cold is actually really strong, especially for level 9. So.
And having access to all of these spells, this is almost like a giant expanded spell
because
list.
you can switch
between them. Yeah.
Whoa, that's huge.
That's a lot of spells.
So you think, what if you're going in a volcano, you want to switch to probably the polar type. Wow. Oh my gosh, it gives you a ton of flexibility this class right away at level 3.
Absolutely. Huge benefit.
Yeah,
huge boon over 2014.
Going on to Temperate, you get Misty Step at level 3 as well as Shocking Grasp and Sleep. 5th level Lightning Bolt, that's great. 7th level Freedom of Movement, and 9th level Tree Stride, which is pretty cool too.
Yeah. Tropical Land, you're going to have Acid Splash at level 3, Ray of Sickness and Web. At 5th level, Stinking Cloud. At 7th level, Polymorph. And at 9th level, Insect Plague.
That's not bad. I think the only one here that they normally don't get is Web.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's a good list for a tropical list.
Absolutely.
And the fact that you can swap, I didn't put that 2 and 2 together. It's pretty big.
It's a huge expanded spell list.
That's right. You almost have like 4 expanded spell lists in one class.
It's very cool.
I like that. This might be the way to go if you want to go full.
If you want to go full caster, I'm leaning this way.
I like this. At level 3, you also get Land's Aid. As a magic action, you can expend to use your Wild Shape. Remember, you can now use Wild Shape as a different resource to power certain abilities for your main and subclasses. And then choose a point within 60 feet of yourself. At this point, vitality-giving flowers and life-draining thorns appear for a moment in a 10-foot sphere centered on that point. Each creature you choose of your choice in the sphere must make a con saving throw against your spell save DC, taking 2d6 necrotic on a failed save, or half as much. And also, one creature regains hit points up to 2d6. Damage also increases by 1d6, and an extra 1d6 at 10th and 14th level. This is
a lot for a 3rd level. I mean, it does a lot. There's so much utility, the damage, the healing. I'm all for this.
Yeah, that's right. It's damage and healing in one. Really cool. Better than, for example, like a Spike Growth. This is awesome, and you can use a Wild Shape. You can do this multiple times if you're out of spell slots, or just want to get damage and healing in a pretty decently sized sphere. Here you're doing damage and healing. You're doing like multimodal amount of things all at once, and you still have your bonus action available to do other things, like other spellcasting things. So,
or Wild Shape.
Yeah, and this scales, which is fantastic.
That's great. At level 6, you have Natural Recovery. You can cast one of the level 1+ spells that you have prepared from your Circle spell feature without expending a spell slot. You must finish a long rest before you do so again.
Whoa, you know what that means in the new spellcasting rules? When you don't expend a spell slot, you can still do something else. For example, if you do a main action spell, you can then use a bonus action leveled spell, or vice versa.
Absolutely.
Oh, I kind of like that.
Oh, this is really shaping up to be quite a good caster.
Yeah.
In addition, when you finish a short rest, you can choose expended spell slots to recover. The spell slots can have combined levels that is equal to or less than half your druid level rounded up, and none of them can be level 6+. For example, if you're a level 6 druid, you can recover up to 3 levels worth of spell slots. You can recover a 3rd spell slot level, a level 2 and a level 1 slot, or 3 level 1 slots. Once you recover spell slots with this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest.
This is a really good spellcaster.
This is a really good spellcaster. I would actually say that the way that it's shaped and designed, it's really rivaling the Sorcerer in a lot of ways in terms of how it functions mechanically.
And also, this ability smacks of the Arcane Recovery for Wizards, where they also can do this on a rescue spell. It's kind of taking like bits of like the best features, or some of the best features from like main classes, and putting them all here in a subclass. On top of Druid has really cool spellcasting capabilities. They're not always like huge damage based, so you can get Fireball and stuff. But I mean, the fact that you can keep going and going, nothing outlasts a Druidizer.
A full spell list. I mean, you can't mess with that.
No, and in fact, we're not even done yet because level 10, you get Nature's Ward. You're immune to the poison condition, not bad, and you have resistance to a damage type associated with the current land choice in the Circle Spells feature. For example, Arid would be fire, polar cold, temperate lightning, and tropical poison. A little bit of a boon. I wouldn't say this is a tremendous level, but and poison can really take you down a notch. But
yeah, the thing is that it's a 10th level ability. Normally, this kind of ability you'd be getting it earlier, but you're getting a better ability earlier, so I'm not entirely complaining.
Yeah, that's true. Tell us about level 14.
Nature's Sanctuary. As a magic action, you can expend a use of your wild shape and cause spectral trees and vines to appear in a 15-foot cube on the ground within 120 feet of yourself. Jeez. They last there for 1 minute or until you have the incapacitated condition or die. You and your allies have half cover while in that area, and your allies gain the current resistance of your Nature's Ward while there.
I love this.
Oh, yeah.
You can make your players not only resilient with the +2 AC they have in a pretty big cube, so you're all kind of stacking around a boss, especially your frontline fighters, and giving everybody resistance to probably whatever you're up against, because you might know where you're going if you have an idea. So,
if you're up against some sort of like chromatic dragon or something, I mean, you're going to be dealing with.
Oh, that's true. We're going to the Black Dragon's Den or the Red Dragon's Den. You know, wow, pretty fun. I like this.
And as a bonus action, you can move the cube up to 60 feet from the ground within 120 feet of yourself.
Okay, this is really good. You're going to make sure you keep that buff on your party members wherever they go. It doesn't fall unless you die, but then everything does. So it's not like it has concentration, right? So you can still then use your main action, keep everybody buffed, and cast big spells.
Love this.
This is a great class.
It really is.
Great subclass.
A huge, complete rewrite from 2014.
Oh my God, not even
when it was just not playable. I think if you want to play a druid and you really like the shape-shifting, but you don't want to go full wild shape, this is a heck of a spellcaster to go up against. This really is competitive in comparison to some of the other S-tier spellcasters out there.
And if you don't want to wild shape at all and just want to go full spellcaster, you can use that resource, that wild shape resource, and just kind of power up your spells and stuff like that and other abilities for this class. And don't worry about that at all and just be a really cool spellcaster. Yeah, for me, this is an A.
I have to give this an A. I would say AA+. I mean, I really like this for the druid. It makes it compete with some of the other best spellcasters in class.
Yeah, so really cool on top of everything you get already with the main class. So, all right, this has been a review of the Circle of the Land Druid subclass.
Well, if you've been enjoying this content, please remember to smite that like button, ring that notification bell, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. We love engaging with all of your awesome comments. Thank you so much to all of you. If you would like to support us, you can go over to fanrolldice.com, buy some amazing shiny math rocks, and if you type in code GG10 at checkout, you're going to get 10% off your order, and we'll get a little bit of a kickback so we can continue leveling up this content to bring to all of you awesome viewers.
And you can also join us now on YouTube. Press the join button on our YouTube homepage, become a Green Squire, Knight, Lord. Support us directly if you're able to. We would appreciate it.
Welcome to the Forgotten Realms Travel Agency. Where would you like to go? The frigid wastes of Icewind Dale? Perhaps the tropics?
How about everywhere?